founder and technical director at Numeral, and we've helped Matt and his team build a new website for the design conference.
G'day, gang. Good morning, everybody. No, my name's Matt. I'm the head honcho at TDC, and I've just dedicated the last 15 years of my life to redefining creative culture through the design conference and trying to provide a service that the greater creative community can thrive in and go to the next level on top of the teachings that we share on stage. It's awesome.
Can you just give a little bit of background on your journey with the design conference, where you've been up until now, and what your plans are for it this year?
I started the design conference 15 years ago, and during that time I felt like we've been able to engineer an experience that brings people's next horizons closer. And the main way in which I differentiate the experience that we try and provide from everything else that's in the market is that as opposed to talking about journeys or work or case studies, I try and brief our speakers to elaborate on the ways in which they face their fears, or I call it like walking into the dark, the way in which they've walked into the dark in order to figure out what the next step is, both as a person, a creative, a father, a mother, a brother, a son.
Yeah, so with the design conference,
Yep.
what are your plans for the design conference this year as opposed to in years gone by?
Well, my plans for this year's conference, as it has been in the past, but exponentially, is just to stand on the shoulders and the results of what we've achieved in the past. So historically, we've been able to push the conference away from creative journeys, creative output, creative case studies, and more dive past that and into how does a creative person walk into the dark, find the unknown, find the next horizon. How do creatives face their fears in order to become the best possible people that they can be, enjoy their careers with as much gusto as possible, go home, be a really great father, mother, brother, son, and ultimately put people, or nudge people in a direction where they're kind of like spiritually, emotionally ready to just participate in life. Like, it's not a dress rehearsal. And if there's anything that TDC's taught me over the 15 years I've been curating it, is that good people are good designers, and that if we can put our feet in other people's shoes and understand what they need most, we can craft and create solutions that not only benefit them, their customers, and push their products and or services in more meaningful ways. And holistically speaking, if the conference can help people understand how to do that better, and those products and services serve the greater community better, TDC, in an roundabouts way, positions itself to make an impact on the entire the greater society. So that's my goal. And just to make that clear, create space for vulnerability so people can be open and honest, and then also celebrate that in a way that's kind of a little bit next gen, but it's definitely the thing that separates us. And it's the reason why, 1, 2, 3 cycles after any given conference, I'll have an attendee write to me and be like, I went to the design conference in this year, I sat in the audience, I wrote my goals down, I had a realistic look at myself, I changed my drinking, I changed my sleeping, I invested into health and well-being, and my life has exploded. Like, I run my business now, I've got more staff, I'm delegating, I'm winning, and the work that we're doing is making an impact. And if that doesn't give you, no, I've got goosebumps. If that doesn't give you energy to get out of bed and throw the world's best conference, like, nothing else will. And as a result of that, our reputation is preceding us. People like yourself are taking massive risks with us, and ultimately seeing a return, because we're leading creative culture, and the people that get behind us essentially believe in us, we believe in them, and we're at the forefront of creative technology and creative culture. And it's a dream job. It's the best thing ever, and everyone that's coming with us is reaping the benefits. It's awesome. From sponsors to attendees, it's amazing.
Yeah, totally. And it's this attitude that drew us to wanting to become a sponsor last year. Um, can you speak to how we met and how our relationship has kind of developed over the last 12 months?
Well, Whirlwind, if you're unfamiliar with the design conference or haven't been following us before, mid-conference last year I had a baby. So, yeah, you believe it or not. And between the meeting of Alan and myself, or yourself and myself, had a baby, burnt out, cooked myself, like went through heaven and hell, which is, it's not dissimilar to how I've run my practice, my business, my career for the last 15 years. Like I bite off as much as I can chew. I chew like hell. And then I apologize if anything ever falls over, because it inevitably it does. But more or less we over deliver, which is something I'm super proud of. I'm always pushing the envelope. But in doing so, I copped an email from you. Maybe it was an email. And I thought, oh, this would be interesting because to date, like all startups, because we kind of treat it like a startup, and to provide context, the design conference has been a meat and potatoes experience forever. Like we've never done tote bags. We don't waste our attendees' money on anything that I don't think is going to make that will provide them value in a way that they can't get away from the conference. So, we'll be doing $800, $900 tickets. We literally invest 90% of that back into the experience. So as it's grown, we've attracted more people. You've come into our life, and what you've been able to bring to the table is taking that 15 years of history, distilling it down into a really strategic message, break apart our content types in a really nuanced way, re-network that back in as a creative, like a digital experience, and help me communicate what it is that TDC brings to the table. So people who don't know me, don't know somebody who can vouch for us, don't know anything, can look at the conference and go, now this is interesting. This is a place where I think I'm going to learn something and see real value for money. So to summarize, yeah, you came into my life and literally took something that's taken me 15 years to articulate, and within 12 months turned that around into a really, really exciting, super easy to digest digital customer experience, and then position us for like global expansion, launching other events, communicating more clearly to our event partners, providing a 24/7, 365 tether and service for our event partners. And you've positioned us for excellence. And without doubt, our company has exploded in the same way we're presenting ourselves. And so we've got a 10 out of 10 event, but we've had less than 10 out of 10 marketing and comms. Now we've got like a new 10, like a 10 that I didn't understand. And we have the 10 here as well. So expectation will be high, but I fully believe that we'll be able to deliver on it. And just like adjacent to all that sentiment is the fact that like sponsors are just coming to the table. Like we're being able to articulate, like we need a budget, and they're saying, well, we've got this, and this. What can you do for us? And they're all choosing the highest tier. So that's great. And we have really interesting ways in which we connect audience, sponsor, and experience. But ultimately what it means is people are investing in us. We've got more to invest into the experience. And the experience as a whole is going to have this magnification factor around it, where if you're looking at a stage, you're just going to be sucked into a whole nother planet, where like we can really, really be like, are you taking accountability? Are you doing everything that you want? Do you want to be like these people on stage, or do you want to be exactly where you are right now in a year? Because if you want to do it, lean in, go into the vortex, and come out a new person. And I swear to God, 24 months of discipline, showing up, goal setting, being the best person you can be, change your life. It's taken me a long time to figure out, but it's more or less everything I've learned goes into the conference. The conference grows, it teaches me, and we go around again. So I'm just looking forward to doing that 5 times a year on 5 different continents, and building out hundreds of pieces of content and building the next gen, the world's next creative ecosystem that fully gives everyone everything that they could possibly need from an intellectual standpoint, a creative standpoint, for as absolutely low as possible. That's the goal. Change 1 billion people's lives minimum.
And from chatting with you over the last 12 months or so, the digital strategy for the design conference is a big one. That's what we've been working on together.
Everything.
Yeah, can you speak to what that allows you to do once we realize all of these plans for your digital strategy, for the website, for VOD, for other things that we've been talking about? What does that enable the TDC brand and your offerings to do?
The best way to summarize the digital strategy that yourself and Numeral have been able to provide us would be, for me personally, is that my entire job has been automated and flipped from me peddling like a mouse in cheese to creating a honeypot in which people who are interested can, from an informed level, reach out to me and say, hey, we love what you do. This is what we've got to offer. Can you consider collaborating with us? It transforms my time. So the efficiency and effectiveness just went from like poor or like very manual to what I imagine will end up being very effective, because like I was saying in the last question, is that already our sponsors are like blown away. Like they're completely blown away. So when that's articulated in inbound marketing funnels and sponsors can see, or, you know, prospective sponsors can see that this actually creates KPI, it actually is culture adjacent, it is going to create an ROI. People will comfortably be able to give us large sums, put big demands on the table, and we can say, you know, like, hey, Al, you know, hey, this provider, hey, that provider, we need to collaborate on this because we've got to do something very, very special for this blue chip international company who we also want to work with. But yeah, to answer your question, your Numeral's digital strategy has inevitably, I think it'll 5x my time and 10x my effectiveness. It's everything and anything you could want. I think the only thing that you need before creating that type of success is the insights that I had. I just didn't have the technical know-how. And when talking to you, collaborating with me, you're a problem solver, mate. And I, on behalf of myself and the team, like, we couldn't thank you enough. I'm looking forward to what we do next, mate. We're going to take the world over. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, that, from my perspective, that's what's been great working on this project, is that the brief is coming fully formed. You guys know exactly what problems you're trying to solve and how to go about solving them. And so it's been a really good conversations to have, getting from you the problem space and then slotting in the digital and the technology to help get to where you want to go. It's very clear where you have been, where you want to go, and how technology can help you.
Like, I would say that we had a very good idea, but it's your nuanced approach that's helped us really refine that down to get crystal clear on maxing those efficiencies and effectiveness. So yeah, man, like, yeah, we had 15 years of insight. You were the one that put it together. So man, thank you for that.
Yeah, very, very cool. And so obviously, like, in this relationship, you are the client, but you're also a very skilled designer, and you've done all the UI design for the new the new website refresh
with your guidance.
I mean, that's been a really fun process for me, because we are both very details oriented, and so you've been spending a lot of time finessing the finer details, and every time I crack open the Figma and I see some new consistencies added across the whole design, or some new details, that's what gets me pretty excited.
I have to tell you, I was there and having breakfast with the wife, and she's like, you've been working a lot on the website, because it took me 6 weeks to polish it. And she goes, when are you going to have the site up this month? And I was like, yeah, no, we'll just do it next year. Because, like, to be fair, our audience is a discerning mob. And in the past, I've had people really crack the whip and be like, you've got to stop, we've got to do this. And something that you brought to the table, which I've never experienced before, was a critical understanding of the overall value for what I was doing. Because I believe during that period, one of the things I said to the wife was like, I believe that Alan would tell me to stop if he didn't see the value in what I'm doing. So I'd rather be a month late and be 20% more effective than a month early and be 20% less effective for my whole life. So yeah, man, like with without doubt, we've probably had 100 telephone conversations over the last year. We talk every 2 or 3 days, and your guidance has been huge, man. So like, I'm an okay designer. I pay a lot of attention, but I'm not sure I could do this for everybody, man. It's you that got it across the line.
So what are you most excited about this new website getting out there?
To be fair, man, it's impossible to put my finger on what I'm most excited about, because like the conference, it's greater than the sum of its parts. You know, not only have we streamlined the messaging, the benefit, the offering, so I think conversion's going to go through the roof. And we've sold out our event in the past. There's a few different types of sellouts. There's where 10 seats off, I'm going to call sold out, and everyone on my team has a seat, and the sponsors or people bring their wives and stuff. And there's the sellout where like I'm literally saying to event partners, like at the low category, we can give you 1 ticket. At the top category, we can give you 4 tickets. If you want more tickets, we can give them to you at cost price. But what I'm trying to communicate here is that I think TDC 2025, like, I don't think the volunteers are going to get seats. I just think it's going to be sold out. I think we'll have to limit the sponsors. We're going to have to limit the speakers. We'll have to put the speakers in a proper section and be like, guys, we just need you to sit here, because like getting everyone in and out of the auditorium it's an art form. And if people literally aren't going back to where they sat previously, it'll be hard to get them in and out in 20 minutes. Like 800 people, man. It's going to be bananas. So I'm excited about that. I'm also excited about the fact that we can now, from a secure standpoint, serve our video content at the best possible rate that we've ever been able to do it in a secure way in which we can now have any university, design college, TAFE or high school stream the content, and it not be like a significant financial risk to me by giving it away. Because like the tech stack is legit, but you know, if it's costing like $10 or $20 to watch the stream, and we've got 1,000 universities and whatever around the world, I can take that 10 or 20k hit to get TDC to people in a way that we've never not been able to do. Because in the past, if that username or whatever had been shared and 1,000 students bombed the stream, my AWS bill would be out of control. It would bankrupt us. So you've been able to help us have a better technological approach to that, which has unlocked my ability to that's a free-for-all now. The AWS tech stack and your solution with Layer Cake is going to ensure that the stream is beautiful. There'll be absolutely nothing getting between the experience that we're delivering on stage and the experience you can have at home, short of having some Uber Eats and having your own personal party experience with TDC. But the best part is being able to collaborate with you around financial structures, include the concept of an affiliate marketing, connect you with our motion team, pull in the motion from the website into the motion of our advertising, and then provide that offer around the world, give those assets to affiliate partners, and potentially have like 10,000 people streaming the conference, which from a financial standpoint unlocks our entire business in a way that, like, I have goosebumps. Like, we can pay the speakers more, we can do more immersive creative experiences, we can launch internationally, and eventually there's a part 2 of the creative ecosystem that we're like bubbling away on, that we're getting contracting you to build for us. And being able to have the backing of that stream financially behind that means that we're going to move at the pace of lightning. And like already, since working with you, our team's tripled in size. We're moving at the speed of light. We've got lightning in a bottle. Like I dare to dream, and I literally get terrified and beyond excited at the same time that I'm on the precipice of, like, in my mind, it's always been like we're climbing Everest, right? And then you summit, and then you go down the other side. But where that's repositioned in my mind now, there's an even bigger mountain behind Everest. And when we get to Everest, it's like, all right, fucking pull up your boots, tie your shit, get your gas mask on, we're going for it. And And I really think, should the cookie crumble entirely, just break all over us, we're looking at the next generation and highly intelligent version of TED that's niched down to creative leadership and entrepreneurship and technology, and underpinning the future of the creative industry as an instrument to position yourself at the best possible intersection of where you fit in industry and how you can have the best possible career and or create your own company like what you've done. And if I can help people make those decisions, give them the information they need to move forward into those dark and unknown, very fearful spaces, we could transform something. And then I'll die and it'll be like, here lies Matt Haynes. This dude had a fucking tops time and he's somewhere else now, probably having more fun than you. Follow him if you dare. Do you know what I mean? Because like, I've never worked a day in my life. This is it. And we've been a caterpillar for a long time, and we're coming out the chrysalis. The wings are about to come out.
What's your plans for digital and tech after at the second half of 25?
So as TDC 2025 comes to a close, the biggest change that we will embark on at the end of TDC 2025 is moving our entire operation into a different strategy cycle. So as part of our technical execution, nominations for design conference will be open at the design conference, and you'll be able to privately nominate yourself into the conference. And then with your ingenuity, everyone will be able to upload their own content. They'll be able to provide, like save me and my team the headache while giving them the flexibility to change things as they want. And I don't know how it would work, but I imagine if they log back in and update it, it's like, bang, this incredible creative just updated their profile so we can check it all out. So when the conference comes, it's like approve, content's populated, away we go. And that way we're also giving people privacy to nominate if they don't think they're ready, and just have that experience, or nominate and know that if we cannot position our event to curate them, that they don't feel publicly let down, which is essentially what's happening with our current nomination process, which has good and bad connotations. But moreover, as the nominations are opening immediately at this conference, so 6 months in advance, we'll move back into a product sort of sponsorship life cycle where we're now reporting back to our sponsors every month, where we're onboarding them every month. We're showing the effectiveness that we've got through the analytical and statistical backup that you've given us with our sort of numbers in the website. We'll be serving ads on the VOD platform. Like, this is bananas. Like, our sponsors are coming on board, and that is a free component. Like, we don't even know how to price it. We don't even know what it's worth, but everyone knows it's worth something. And I think that something is the thing that's made everyone come. They're all like, wow, you're actually doing it. So from affiliates to serving ads, to changing out a cycle, to serving the audience, to serving the speakers, man, yeah, we just get this streamlined into that effectiveness and that efficient model, backed by technology. We launch other events, bro. Instead of me spending all year trying to outbound myself, people inbound themselves to us through the technology. We work with them, and I spend all my time working on the business instead of working in it. And essentially, we'll probably need we won't need as big a team as I ever imagined. We'll never have those real demanding months where we're doing 12 hours of content pop for 2 weeks. Like, it'll all be self-content pop. People know their roles, people execute on their roles. We'll A/B split test our way to success, and we'll work very closely with all our delegates and everyone who's has an interest in TDC being successful in showcasing their products and or services, and just leading from the front. We're just going to become a well-oiled machine, and it's all thanks to yourself, Numeral, and the technical support that you've given us. So instead of doing one, the long and short of it's this: instead of spending all year doing one event, I'll knock out an event in a couple of months, and we'll spend our entire year communicating the value of our event instead of trying to convince people to buy tickets.
Yeah.
It's life changing, bro. It's game. I've sold 3 tickets since I've been on this call, and we don't even have a lineup. It's bananas.
Yeah, that's great. But it speaks to the reputation of the brand that you've built over all this time.
I think it does. And that's a fair call. And I appreciate you acknowledging the brand like that. I think there is a way to build a brand, and it's slowly. Anything that can build up over time can't fail overnight. But you see some things, especially with technology moving at the rate and a lot of the cryptography-based technologies, things have come in and out of vogue so quickly in 2 years that they're like NFTs. Like where are they?
Yeah.
I never want to be in trend. I never want to be an NFT. I want to be an organization that takes its time to try and spiritually and emotionally understand the landscape of your mind, put people on stage who have been in the exact same shoes as you, an archetype that the audience can associate with, and then them say to the audience, the best way out is through. Like, face your shit, get your shit together, write your goals down, lean in, and fucking be who you were born to be. Because if Matt Haynes can do it, anyone can do it, bro. Like, it's all about just unlearn the bullshit. If you feel like it's good, it's probably good. And if you just listen to this little bad boy, it'll show you the way every time. And if you have to think about it, the answer's no. You always know what the right answer is. Everyone does. If you're thinking, the answer's no.
That's right. I believe that's it.
I just want to finish by acknowledging Alan and the team at Numeral. The weight in which they've thrown themselves behind the conference is life-changing. I don't know how big of a gamble it is, but what I've asked of Alan is monumental. There's no organization, partner, collaborator, sponsor, or individual person who's done a quarter of what you've done for me in the last year. And I sincerely look forward to celebrating everything that we achieve with you. And I know that you don't drink, and we're basically a zero alc event because, I want people to really absorb it up. But I do look forward to having a glass of champagne or something along those lines with you to genuinely let you know how much we appreciate it, dude, because you've single-handedly been able to bring something into life that I've not been able to financially afford. And so you've unlocked us, and now it's a whole new game. Like we're going to the top, and there is not just daylight between us, there's light years between us and second place. It's bananas. And I know, based on the relationship that we've built so far, that when we come through with those KPIs and those markers for you, that when it comes time to again return surf to TDC, I have no doubt that I'll be getting a call off you and be like, hey Matty, I've been thinking about how we could restructure this, information architecture over this part. How about if we do this? The team's got a couple of mock-ups. We could probably get that done between here and there. Does that work with you as part of next year's sponsorship? And I'd be like, mate, how would I have understood that without someone like you and your expertise in our corner? So like optimize, create more efficiencies, and just put us in a position to be successful. Because like, as you know, the hard part's done, man. We've got a great product. Just nobody knows about it. No, less people know about it than we think. But when the world does find out about it, it's game over. It's amazing.
Very cool.